All Things Motoring International is owned and brought to you by SA's most trusted online vehicle platform, ChangeCARS. Our name says it all. Whether you're looking to sell, need advice, need finance, or need insurance, ChangeCARS has you covered. Coming up this week on All Things Motoring International. Mike and Ernest attend SA Campfest, the largest South African VAG-themed event for enthusiasts of all things German. This is a show for the VW fans.
We are at SA Campfest, one of the biggest VW events in the world, if not the biggest one in South Africa.
Absolutely, but what is so interesting about this event is it's not organized by VW South Africa, it's organized by the fans. For all the manufacturers out there, when your fans are organizing manufacturer days, you know you're doing something right.
And it just shows that VW recognizes it, because we just bumped into people from VW South Africa and they're supporting the show. To me, that's what manufacturers in the country need to do.
Unbelievable. When you got the CEO of VW South Africa, Martina, and the head of motor racing, Michael Rowe, yeah, you know you're doing something right. But what have we got in store for today?
Oh, we've got hundreds of cars here, from the cars we aspired to as kids to the cars that we aspire to today, everything in between, modified, standard. But this is a modified car festival. So if you like modded VWs, this is the one you should put on the calendar.
Join us, we're going to bring you something special.
It's not every day when you walk past the car and then all of a sudden a t-shirt appears that belongs to the loudest man in the world. Now, you gifted me this t-shirt and I want to talk to you about your cars and about the record that you guys brought home to South Africa. 180 plus decibels. I'm from the days when the records were 160, Mark for Cuda, 170, SPL 170. How did they get to 180 decibels and how did you guys do it?
Okay, so basically, equipment has changed a lot. We are a homegrown brand, which is Targa Audio, designed in South Africa, produced in China, and the design behind the equipment gets us up to the 180. That's what gives us an edge over our competitors. A lot of local brands in South Africa, nobody has done it basically. It's only us that have achieved this, and now we're competing with the world, in the world.
But South Africa's always been very good at pushing the boundaries when it comes to car audio, isn't it?
Correct, 100%. And it's a lot to do with the equipment, it's a lot to do with design, it's a lot of time and effort that goes in it, and that's what we give our local guys. We want them to have the same playing ground as the USA guys.
Yes.
Yes, last year we have broken the world record twice on two different formats, which is Ayaska and Mecca. The Mecca we did 181.6 dBs.
What was the previous record?
The previous record of 178.
That's what I thought. And is it true that as you go up in the decibel range, you actually have to go much louder to get that extra 1 decibel?
Correct. So just to pick up like at over 180 dBs, just to do like 180.3, I'll have to probably triple my sound. So it's crazy, but it's a lot of hard work and
I can
time.
imagine.
Yeah.
So tell us about your Blazer that you have, which is the record-holding car.
Yeah. So it's a Chevy Blazer. It's from the USA. I bought it in the USA, imported to South Africa, rebuilt about 4 or 5 times locally by myself and my dad. It's powered by Targa, 4 12-inch woofers, 2 amplifiers, and 30...
Only 4 12-inch woofers?
Correct. And it's basically 30 batteries, Targa batteries, and that's about it.
But back in the day, you'd need like 16 speakers.
Correct. Back in the day, you'll use multiple speakers, multiple amplifiers, multiple woofers. Today, it's no more.
Wow.
It's technology and quality of a product.
Thank you so much for providing a quality South African product that's a record breaker.
Thank you
and
so
thank
much.
you for the
Thank you.
t-shirts.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
The VW Tiguan, an incredibly appealing package, and the R-Line, even more so. But for some people, R-Line is just not enough. What have we got here?
So we have a 2-liter TDI, Tiguan R-Line, full air suspension, carbon bits added, club sport, 3 cars in the front, double X roll cage, boot setup, 2-liter box with a racks, full Maxton kit, color coded, 20-inch Rotiform original wheels.
The only thing that's standard is a VW badge.
That's the thing, it's the only thing that's
Now
standard.
you speak about the suspension. You'll see on camera right now, the suspension is this far off the ground. What did it take to get the suspension like that?
So we put a full field air suspension kit
Right.
inside it with a down P7 management. So that's what lifts the car up and down, what makes it as flat as it's going.
Amazing.
Yeah.
On the road, performance, what are we looking at here?
The performance is there, it's a 130 kilowatt standard car.
Right.
I didn't do anything to the engine
Yes.
because I wanted to keep that standard.
Of course.
But I was very, very comfortable with the air suspension. I feel like it's just the weight of the Tiguan
Yes.
that makes it just a bit big.
Beautiful. But when you walk around and you look at it, it is so appealing. The right color, everything that you've done to this car is magnificent. What's the next project after this?
So I have got a Scirocco, that's actually my first
Yeah.
project. I just didn't bring it out this year, but I'll bring it out next year.
Yeah.
So that whole car is also done. I did 10 times as much to that car than I did to the Tiguan.
Amazing. So Charles has traveled all the way from Port Elizabeth. Charles, clearly you love the VW brand. What is it about the brand that makes you come all the way?
Grew up with VW, always wanting
Yeah.
VWs. When I could afford to buy my own VWs, that's the brand I've been sticking with. And I just drive VWs. And all my cars are white.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And now for all our viewers, VWs, where are they made? In the Eastern Cape.
Yes, they are.
Coming up after the break, Mike and Ernest take a trip down memory lane with a few VW Caravels.
We are so happy that you stepped up to support your first love for music. We really appreciate that. We're asking.
Are you looking to sell? Visit Change Cars and click on the Selling tab.
The atmosphere behind us is incredible. The music is pumping. But if there's one brand, Ernest, VW, who touches people's lives, think of the VW Beetle, think of the Golf, and then you think of the Combi. When you talk about a minibus and you say Combi, this is the Checkers bag, this is the beaches of chewing gum. What is it about this car that blows your mind?
It's the Coca-Cola of vans, Mike, like you
Correct.
say. And for me, this is the 2 best summers of my life were spent in a Caravel like this,
I thought the 2 best summers of your life were your last year at school.
which was this, actually. So funny story, my best friend, parents told him he wasn't allowed to drive because he kept crashing their cars. And they said, we could have the Caravel if I was driving. And I did. And this, to me, it just takes me back to a time where we were innocent, we were young, and we were having fun.
Awesome. So the vehicle behind us, 2.6i Caravel, final incarnation of this incredible series, started in 1980 with a 2-liter air-cooled in this shape.
Yeah.
Then in about 82, 83, they moved to the 1.9-liter water-cooled, which was a massive power increase of around 8 kilowatts.
So if you wanted to tow with these cars back in the day, Mark, you clearly know a lot about these cars. What would you do?
If you had an air-cooled or water-cooled, you chucked it away. You went to Don Jacobs or JT3000, you put in a Ford 3-litre engine here, and completely changed it. 10-seater with luggage space, aircon, absolutely comfortable. Doesn't matter who you are, young or old, you sat in comfort. Only one problem with them.
What's that?
Try get your hands on one.
Oh yeah, nowadays for sure. I personally prefer the 2.5 in the latest generation. As you said, they came with the 2.6, and of course there was the 2.1, which was the most popular of the lot.
When you come to a car of this period, there are many of them, but none that I've ever seen, Ernest, in this condition. How would you describe this condition?
Yeah, it's pristine. The engine bay, the back of the car's been detailed, the seat covers. The owner wants to preserve this car for future generations, and you know what? We need that in this country because this is a part of South African history and culture, just like this event, and there's a lot more to see.
On behalf of the South African public and David Kramer, VW, we salute you. The chicken or the egg and the afterlife. Those are questions that mere mortals will never be able to answer. However, a question that this mere mortal needs answered is the half-ton bakkie market in South Africa. In the 70s, Toyota made a half-ton bakkie. In the 80s and early 90s, Mazda with the Rustler, Ford with the Bantam. Then you had the beautiful VW Caddy behind us. And of course, the absolute standout, iconic Nissan 1400 that morphed into the NP200. But recently it's been announced that Nissan are discontinuing the NP200. Why? Why do that, Nissan? And I go one step further. All the manufacturers, why are you not manufacturing, producing, bringing into South Africa one of the most needed vehicles? A question I would like answered. The year is 1983 and the motoring landscape is about to change forever. Some cars tick the box. The car behind me created boxes that needed to be ticked. In my opinion, there's nothing else at the time that came close. Chico, 1983 Golf GTI, and the one that you've got is not just a good one, this is the best of the best. Tell us about it.
Okay, the car is OEM, everything is stock on the car.
You can see it.
You can see.
It's the kind of car when you put your head in the window, you open the door, it's got that distinctive 1983 Golf smell. You cannot replace that. How long have you had it?
I got it for 3 years now.
3 years. But there's a story behind it. It's not just a car that you lucked into, you were chasing this car.
I hunt for you, that's it. Me and the missus drove 900k just to fit this car.
Yes.
That's 900k is going 900k. So,
But it's the best 1800 kilometers that you've ever done.
Yes.
If I say to you, a car like this, we all know modern performance cars, 1983 Bosch K-Jetronic fuel injection, 82 kilowatt, 148 Newton meters of torque. Now what's interesting, if you get in a Polo GTI, a Peugeot GTI, any modern performance car, they all feel very, very similar. A car from this period, totally different. Gearbox a little bit notchy, clutch not overly light, but performance-wise, does it still make a statement?
it still does, still moves. For the 83, it still got its power.
Of course.
Never lose any horses in between.
Of course. Now, for everybody watching this, I know what you're thinking. We want to get hold of the gent, ask him if it's for sale. What would it take for you to sell a car like this?
Not for sale.
Chico, been lovely speaking to you. You got a superb example. Wishing you the very best.
Okay.
I'm sitting here with Simpiwe and Sipiwe from Team Nado. And these guys have what I think is one of the highlights of the show. Certainly by the way everybody's looking at this vehicle. Gents, let's start with the engine.
Yeah.
Number one, this engine at the back here is just. Can we hear from you? R32, what's that?
This engine is an R32 from a Golf 5. So we took this engine out from a scrap yard, then we molded it here on a microbus.
And that sounds so lekker. From your perspective, Sipiwe, what's your favorite feature on this car?
It's a lot because
There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
try to copy, Vistas, so as you can see we did the Alcantara, 2 moonroofs.
Yeah.
So we
The seats, I like the layout of the seat. We're chilling here, bro.
Hey, bro. Hey, those seats, man.
So something interesting happened with you guys.
Yes.
There was some sabotage involved.
Hey,
What happened?
we were chilling there by the after party. We parked the car, but when we came back, we saw the boot open. We was like, man, who opened the boot? When we opened the boot, it was a disaster, bruh.
They broke the pipes at the back there.
They broke the pipe. If they wanted to steal something, they would have stolen something. But they decided, no, these guys, man, let's sabotage them.
Yeah. So with certain stories, there's a happy ending. And Mike was walking earlier on, and these guys from Billionaires Club Energy Drink, they came to Mike, said, we recognize you from the show, here's a couple of drinks. But then they told us about the engine situation. And they said that they're going to sponsor you guys with a 3.6 engine, Rojan and the guys from Rojan.
Yeah.
Is that really happening? And what you going to do with the 3.2?
Coming up after the break, Mike and Ernest talk to last year's Campfest winner and co-founder of Street Crew Customs. Did you know? The Volkswagen Group, also known as Volkswagen AG, is a leading German automaker with its headquarters in Wolfsburg, Germany. It was founded in 1937 as a brand that caters to everyone. The word Volkswagen literally translates to people's car. The first working prototype of the Volkswagen Beetle was forged by the legendary Ferdinand Porsche, and due to its unique design, Volkswagen went on to manufacture the Beetle for more than 6 decades. In 2024, Volkswagen Group owns multiple brands, including Audi, Porsche, Lamborghini, and many others, making it one of the largest manufacturers in the world. Looking for finance and insurance? Visit Change Cars and click on the Financial Products tab.
So now here is 2 cars that really catch my eye. Which one for you?
Of course the facelift
No, seriously, which one is nicer?
And that one over there.
Not a chance. Ernest, look at the wheels on that one. Look at the wheels on that. That's nice.
Not a chance, Mike. Look at the broad beadings on that one and the lame-o narrow beadings on this.
Let's start point for point. The wheels. How can you say those wheels? To me, that looks like the wheels that superseded those.
They did, and that was the upgrade. Remember the 2-litre 8-valve came with those wheels, and it was very sought after. For me, the bumpers, the big bumpers, the upgraded big bumpers over the small bumpers.
So often they say we'll agree to disagree. Here's just period disagree. Performance-wise, of the 2, which would be quicker?
This one over here, because that's the one that was dodging the missiles on the advert.
Okay. And that's why the missiles went for this oak, because they knew they couldn't get this guy. Last question for you.
Yes.
Which will be worth more in the open market today?
Fair enough. I think your one takes it. I'm standing here with Adil in front of an incredible car, but there's not just one, brother. There's not just one car. There's Adil and Bilal, and there's 2 cars parked at the Detail Ease stand over here where these cars are living. So let's talk about the car. The engine bay is pristine. When people talk about a wire cut, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, we flushed out the whole bay, we cut out the rain tray, did a brake booster delete, which is using a master, so we basically, our braking system is like a Beetle.
Yeah.
So
there's just less. There's
stuff.
less things in there.
And
the
yeah,
aircon's out.
Everything's out, heater box. The wires is completely tough.
But everything is absolutely functional on this car. And I like the details of the covers, the chrome covers. You mentioned you got a buddy of yours that does the chrome detailing.
So he made for us those chrome caps. And yeah, I really appreciate his work.
This is not something we normally talk to people about, Adil, the bottom of the car.
Yeah, so Rana carriage as well is done. We built our own 360-degree flip stand in our backyard. We flipped the car, stripped it completely. There was not a single bolt, not a single nut or washer in the car. We took all the rubber eyes out. It's painted the color of the car, mixed with some gold. So we said the whole reason behind the build was we never have a vehicle to showcase our company Street Crew Customs. So we said we had the cars. Let's build it to showcase what we're capable of. And
so you guys have a customization company?
Yeah. Okay. So we work from home. In our backyard, so that's where the car was built.
So you and your brother have done the most Porsche, Dwayne Bill's Porsche.
There's so much more to this interview. You've got a beautiful Golf too.
Yes,
we need to chat to you about that right now, my good man. One thing we do not need to discuss is RDL's incredible love for the Golf 1, Golf 2. As somebody who does everything themselves, where does the motivation, the passion, and where does the knowledge come from?
So it all comes down to my father. My father was in this industry for quite a long time.
Right.
While I was in school, I wasn't a school person and I loved cars and I was always there. We start off by fetching a screwdriver, a spinner and getting into it, finding the ideas. And my father always told me, if you see something you like, don't do the exact same thing. Try to spice it up a bit more. So that's the whole theme around doing a build.
Daddy, you can be super proud, and to other fathers out there, encourage your sons to get into this. Thank you for chatting to us. Wishing you and your brother and family the very best.
Thank you so much.
Exceptional weather, exceptional venue, exceptional people, exceptional cars. VW Campfest, what can you say about this event?
Exactly, Mike. The cars speak for themselves. The people, we sat next to some strangers and got invited to dinner. It's that kind of event where the vibe here is just incredible, and it's been hot out here. But you can see, all it takes is a bottle of water, a cap, and a lot of smiles.
But I've said it before and I'll say it again. When you have an event organized by the people, this is a VW Campfest by the fans of the brand.
We saw the versions of VW that are often garaged away. We saw the passion projects that these guys have been working on for years, months, decades. It's one of those events where the best come out to play, and I'm very glad I made the trip up here and to be invited by All Things Motoring. Mike, thanks for making this happen. I appreciate being here. What an event.
Hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Coming up next week on All Things Motoring International, Mike visits Lion and Safari Park for some after-dark adventures, and Ernest heads to Passion for Speed at Swartkorps Raceway. This is a show with speed and adventure.
But let's
Hold on. It's amazing. With Ernest, you've got to go through 3, 4, 5 different things before he gets the picture. But finally gets the picture, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we end this conversation.
I'm not done yet.
Ernest always says 4 on the floor. What is also interesting, the 2.5 and the 2.6 both had identical kilowatts, 100 kilowatts on both, and it was just a slight increase in torque on the 2.6.
Yeah.
And that is all I have to say about that. Have you ever heard the saying, it takes 2 to
Tango.
correct, and cruiser?
Crowd. Okay, cool. Then you're going to leave us.
Thank you.
Now, Mike, you're wrong. Look at the lights on this one
wrong.
compared to that one.
If anybody's wondering where Ernest is, he's busy looking for a 234. I found a 236. Oh, you talk about the light.
Yes.
Look at that. Full headlights.
Hella state-of-the-art technology.
If you've ever watched a program called Dragon's Den, the contestants go and talk to the wall. Ernest, I need to go talk to the wall. Thank you very much. See you just now. So the easiest way to settle an argument is, my name is Michael. I went for his. Ernesta there went for hers. I say no more.
Do you need any motoring advice? From where or what to buy and where to sell? Visit the All Things Motoring International website and click the Advice tab to ask Mikey.